Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, Miss Agatha, Ma'am Leah, Mr. Sum, or Mr. Eddie. Today, me, Ernestus Revan Yogantara Arjuna, will be telling you all a story accompanied with my friends, Gde Maharta Putra W, Jonathan Arie Pramoedya, and Andrew William Surya Handaya. Without further ado, let us begin. Long ago, in the kingdom of Orions, lived a young boy and his family. To be more specific, this was the Stella family, known throughout the lands for their ambitious and merciless desires. The young boy, Caligo, was a soft-spoken one, contrary to what the Stellas were known for. He enjoyed helping others and was overall a normal boy. This, however, caused his family to become irritated for ruining their name in the public eye. Caligo himself neglected all the teaching that was given to him, especially ones that were given to him by his family. Being the heir of a powerful family, everyone had high expectations of him, and that only increased his dislike towards his family and relatives even further. Another day of academy passed, and Caligo made his way down the corridors. Having had nothing else to do, he decided to go home and study for tomorrow. While nearing his locker, he saw a young girl being bullied. Immediately, Caligo went towards the bullies with a menacing aura. "Oi, what do you think you're doing to that girl?" questioned Caligo. "It's none of your business, Stella," said one of the bullies. "Wrong answer." "What?" And without missing a beat, he was able to beat up the bullies and send them running away. Moving towards the young girl, Caligo asked the frightened lass, "Hey, are you okay?" "Yeah, yeah, I'm okay." Though having heard that, Caligo didn't believe her one bit. Helping the injured girl walk to the nursery, he tended to her wounds. "Well, I'm gonna have to go back home," Caligo said to the girl. Thanks for helping me," stuttered the girl. It was no worries. Since the day was nearing evening, they both made their way to the front doors. Before parting, the girl shared her bracelet and exclaimed, "May fate let us meet again." And for the first time in his life, Caligo smiled. "Yeah, may it reunite us again." Realizing that it was late, Caligo went back home. Fate would not be kind to Caligo, as on his sixth birthday he was kidnapped by assassins sent by a rivaling company. Though initially succeeding in their original task of capturing the heir, their fate was very unfortunate. One of the assassins unintentionally alerted the guard, and the guard, having known the situation, immediately called for backup. Knowing that they will be overwhelmed, the assassins sent one of their comrades to run away and finish the mission. Though initially being a good plan, said running assassin got hit in the crossfire and ended up being injured with an arrow. Now bleeding, the assassin decided to go to the sun for a better attempt at survival. This, however, would also end up fruitless, as said assassin bled out. Now stranded, Caligo decided to not go back to his family and live a new life. Finally, having jurisdiction over what he wanted to do gave him a feeling of freedom, so he embraced it. And so, Caligo's life would be turned upside down, and his time in the slums would begin.
Dawn has started to rise over Orions. Merchants organizing goods, vendors preparing meals, and the populace ready for work. Though the same couldn't be said for Caligo, Said Boy has already arranged activities that would be done that day, such as selling food and obtaining currency. This routine had been carried out by Caligo for the last 6 years, granting him the title Golden Phantom by many for his physique and intelligence as a thief. During Caligo's time in the slums, he gained an improved body force for fights. His hair now turned dull, and scars were littered over his body. During one of these said routines, Caligo had gotten caught by patrolling guards while stealing bread from a bakery. They had chased him into an alleyway and beat him up with an inch of his life to spare. The young boy was left in the alleyway and was left to rot. Having now hit rock bottom, Caligo decided that this was it. The wounds that he had suffered were the worst during his 6 year stay at the slums. And without proper care, he knew he was going to die. So this is how it finally ends, huh? He thought to himself. To think that I wouldn't die from getting beaten up. Looks like my time in the slums didn't help me at all. He said out loud. Why? Why was I chosen to this fate? Why did I do to, to deserve this torture? All I want was a normal life. Damn it! His breathing raged, and his visions blurred. Caligo felt as if his body was floating and his consciousness would slowly disappear. The last thing he saw was the figure of a young girl approaching him, and without any more energy, he passed out. The first thing Caligo saw was a bright light and a room, breathing out a sigh of relief. He looked around the area and found a young girl about his age, sleeping and napping. Realizing that she had saved his life, he put the girl back to the couch and woke her up. Hey, can you wake up? Huh? Hey, you're finally awake, exclaimed the girl. I guess we should start with introductions? Caligo nervously asked. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Anna Shuhai, and this is my house. I'm Caligo. Thanks for saving my life, Miss Shuhai, but I think it would be better for me to leave. With haste, Caligo made his way to the door. What? Hey, from what I see, you live in the slums, don't you? Why don't you stay here with me? That isn't a bad offer, actually. Caligo first thought having roof over my head and food wouldn't be bad at all. Really? Why should I stay and help you? The boy asked with a hinting tease. Oh, well, because I said so. That is acceptable. So should I be calling you a young mistress then? Teased the boy. Hey, that isn't funny, you know. And so, the start of the pair's life would begin.
Autumn had finally arrived, and 5 years had passed since the meeting of the pair. The atmosphere was calm, and the sounds of cooking could be heard from the Shuhai household. These sounds came from both Caligo and Senna, both cooking together in the kitchen. During the years, they had gotten to know each other better, their likes, dislikes, hobbies, and dreams for the future. Though not asking each other's past, they resonated with one another and had a frequent feeling of connection between each other. The sounds of fire cackling and food frying could be heard throughout the whole household, and anyone who passed the house would no doubt be attracted to the delicious smell. Caligo, can you get the table ready for me? Senna asked while preparing utensils. Yeah, sure. Moving towards the cabinet, Caligo brought some tablecloth with plates and mugs. Proceeding to the table itself, he prepared the tablecloth while placing the plates and mugs. Senna brought the food to the table, and it was delicious to say at least. Bacon paired with delicious stir-fried eggs with a side of tomatoes and also beans. The dish was devoured by the pair, and they were both quite full. Heading towards the door, the pair were quick to get their belongings and visit the park nearby. Walking with a comfortable silence, the sounds of children playing and vendors offering products were no anomaly for them. Finally, arriving in the park itself, they laid down and watched as the leaf fell down. Deciding to open up a conversation, Caligo asked Senna, It's beautiful, ain't it? Yeah, it is. The two stayed at the park for the majority of the day, but had to split up. Specifically, Caligo went to visit his old home to gather some belongings, while Senna wanted to buy flowers. Arriving at his destination, Caligo searched throughout the house for a specific item, a bracelet. Having found the old and wrecked bracelet, He moved to gather other items before heading back to Senna. Making his way back to the park, he found that Senna was nowhere to be found. Sighing, he decided to go and look for her whereabouts.
Having no luck, Caligo decided to ask the owner of the flower shop, Old Man Now, about where she was headed. Oh, the young lass now started. I think she was heading to the academy actually. Thanking the old man for his help, Caligo battled towards the academy from the flower shop. Arriving at the academy in a haste, he looked around for Senna, frequently asking questions to nearby people. Hearing a shout in a nearby alleyway, he immediately went to see who it was. And, do you know, it was Senna. Though she wasn't alone. A feeling of rage bubbled inside the young boy. Oi, oi, oi! What do you think you're doing here? Said Caligo menacingly. Huh? Look who we have here. I'm feeling generous today. So run along, punk. Move away from her, threatened the dull-haired boy. And what are you going to do about it? Not missing a beat, Caligo threw a jab at the bully and proceeded to beat them up accordingly. Carrying the injured Senna, he went back home to attend her wounds. Battling inside the house, Caligo found a first aid kit and patched up the whimpering Senna. Not pushing the young lass any further, he told Senna to rest. Reluctantly, Senna passed out right then and there. Looking at her injured body, Caligo felt scared and useless. He thought to himself, what if he didn't arrive in time? Or what if he wasn't strong enough? It caused the boy to have an emotional breakdown, blaming himself for Senna's injuries. Deciding to not pursue the issue further, he prepared meals for when Senna was about to wake up. While in the kitchen, he heard rustling noises coming from the bed. Dashing to the room, he saw Senna just waking up. Senna, are you okay? Does anything hurt? He questioned the now awake young lass. Everything's fine, Caligo. I'm okay, though it still kinda hurts. It's not funny, Senna. Now, the serious boy started. If I hadn't been there in time, then you would have gotten hurt, maybe even worse. Caligo exclaimed, now full on cried. It's no problem, Caligo. It was my decision to go there anyways. Besides, I got what I wanted, and we're both safe now. Senna weakly replied. Alright, what was it that you wanted to get anyways? The boy confusingly asked. It's a bracelet. Someone gave it to me back when I was a little kid. I think it was around 11 years ago. I don't know exactly now. The only thing I know was he gave it to me when I was getting bullied. Hearing this, Caligo theorized that Senna was the girl he saved back in the academy. Deciding to gather more info, he asked, So, what was he like? Oh, I'm sure that he was a Stella, but he was different. During when he saved me, he wasn't arrogant or mean, but caring. Now confirming his suspicion, he laughed and cried. Hey, what's wrong? Senna shockingly asked. It's nothing, though it looks like fate really did want us to meet again. Showing Senna his bracelet. She immediately understood the situation. Wait, that was you? Yeah, that was me, said the amused Caligo. Blushing, Senna joked once more. So, it looks like you saved me twice now. Haha. Well, you did save me also, So, call us even, Caligo replied. But I guess things have changed. Caligo started. Because you, Caligo points at Senna, have changed my life. Not giving a chance to reply, Caligo went and placed his lips on her own, indulging both with a feeling of pure bliss. The end.